today I want to talk about managing your team. Now, the word managing in this business is almost a swear word. In my mind, it's almost a swear word. Whenever I hear people say they're managing their group, to me, what they're really saying is they've stopped working. It's like, nope, I got a group of people now. It's my turn to manage them and make sure that they do all the work. Guys, the day that you start managing your team is the day that your business starts to die. Okay? The people in your organization, they are independent associates. And they don't want a job, they don't need another job, and they certainly do not want a boss. When we talk about managing your team, it's about giving them what they need to be successful. Okay? We've always got to be in recruiting mode. Okay? The day that you stop thinking that you have to bring new people into the business, it's the kiss of death, you guys. It's absolutely the kiss of death. And I was talking to Mark Jackson yesterday, as a matter of fact, about the sheer numbers of people that successful people continue to bring into the business. It's like successful people in our business, you guys, they never stop recruiting, which means they never stop talking about the business. And it's almost impossible not to bring new associates into the business if you just continue to talk about the product. Because once you get somebody hooked on the product, they know of other people who need these patches, and you can talk to them about, hey, if you share these patches with those people, the company's going to pay you and blah, blah, blah. You walk into it, and it's almost impossible not to bring people in. As long as you are talking about this product, you're going to bring new people into the business as obviously customers, but also as associates. But the day that you stop doing that and start managing the people in your organization, as soon as you start calling people and saying, hey, how come you didn't bring this person in? Or how come, it's like, no. You never do that. It's like you always lead by example. You still have those phone calls with your key leaders in the morning, but it's all about, okay, what are we doing today, guys? How can we do this as a team? I've got a group of people that I'm working on. Here's my list of people. Tell me about your list. And so everybody is still working together. There's no boss situation in this business at all. It doesn't matter who brought you into the business. That person is not your boss, all right? And that person is your teammate. That person is your teammate, and that person will help you go out there and build your business. But if you try to manage your team, you're going to struggle. Managing means that you're going to give your team the tools necessary for them to become successful. And I want you guys to think about this, especially the group that's on this call right now. Just think about the tools that we all have to work with. We've all got videos. Okay, we've got a bunch of videos that we can choose from. Now, do I use all the videos? Heck no. I use basically 3 videos. That's it. I use Brandy walking up and down the stairs. I use Jay in a 1-minute description of how the technology works, and then I use the John Brinkus video. That's it. Those are the only videos that I use. Okay. Calls. Do we have calls? Okay, we've got this call Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And obviously these are obviously training calls, but it brings the group together. We do have a weekly business presentation. Every Tuesday night, doing an opportunity Zoom. But you can't just build your business on Tuesdays, all right? Because if you invite somebody to a Tuesday Zoom and they don't show up, and you say, well, I'll get them next week, well, now 2 weeks have gone by in your business and nothing has happened. So just because we have a standardized business presentation on Tuesday nights, that's not the only night we work the business. We've got other groups on this call that are doing business presentations on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays and Mondays and Saturdays. All right, tie into all of that stuff, but they're in place. The trainings and obviously if there's contests, we've got a lot of people that do contests within their groups and things like that. So personally sponsoring is a must. New reps, and I know I say this ad nauseum, but new reps are always the lifeblood of your organization. And if you're not bringing new people to the table, if you're not bringing new people into the business, don't expect your team to do it as well. There's a fine line between letting people know what's going on, letting people know what your activity is, and bragging. Okay? I don't really have a hard time telling you guys, like, what I've done. And I don't do it to pat myself on the back. I do it because I want you to say to yourself, damn, if Steve is still bringing that many people in, maybe I should too. In the month of November, I brought 18 people in. In the month of December, I said I'm going to bring in 8. At the beginning, excuse me, guys, at the beginning of the month, I said to myself, I'm going to bring in 8 new people. Okay? Guess how many I've brought in so far? 8. 8 new people so far, and the month's not over with. I still have people sitting on the fence. And so I want you guys to hear those words and not go, oh, way to go, Steve, congratulations. I want you to go, dang it, why am I not bringing people in? You know, if Steve's bringing all those people in, maybe I should too. So don't ever get into a mode in your business where you think you've got people in your group and they should start doing all the work. All right? It's always going to be the lifeblood of your organization, bringing new people in. You've got to lead by example. And I tell people all the time, you know, people are like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And they complain and they come up with excuses all the time why this doesn't work and that doesn't work. And I've got a saying, and that is, if you can't keep up, take notes. If you can't keep up, take notes. Find people who are successful and just do what they do. Guys, we've got all the tools in place. We've got the business presentation slides. You know, I was on Mark Jackson's business presentation Zoom last night, and he's using the exact same slides that we use on Tuesday. I'm watching him walk through that business presentation going, my gosh, this guy is 2 weeks into the business, and he is doing that presentation almost word for word the way that I do it on Tuesday nights. And not that I'm the greatest, you guys. I'm not saying I'm the best or anything like that. I'm just saying this guy has taken the time to learn it. Now, does he put his own personality into it? Absolutely. Absolutely. And am I going to sit back and say, all right, Mark, listen, buddy, I think you should just push all your people to my Tuesday Zoom and not do yours on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Heck no. I'm pushing my people to his Zooms because I know it's like eating at McDonald's. You don't have to go to McDonald's and look at the menu. You know what's on the menu. And so if I send my people to Mark's meeting, I know what they're going to get. They're going to get the same thing that they're going to get on Tuesday nights. And so we have the business presentation slides. We've got training videos. We've got opportunity videos. So if you can't, you know, if somebody doesn't show up on a Tuesday, you can send them a video. It doesn't have to be last Tuesday's video. It could be the previous Tuesday's video. Because, guys, I don't save all of them. Right? I just save the really good ones. And so those are always on file on our YouTube channel. You just go and grab one and send them to somebody. Obviously, we've got leadership calls. We've got product training videos. Those are in the Resource Center. And the Resource Center is full of stuff. But I tell people, don't get lost in the Resource Center. You know, it's like, man, there's a lot of stuff in there. It's like, just use the few items that you need to make yourself successful. And once again, you have to lead your team. You can't manage your team. You have to lead your team. Now, the other question is, who do you spend time with? You know, and how do you decide who to spend time with? Well, the answer to that is you go where the action is. You absolutely go where the action is. You don't go try to start a fire with wet wood. You go start a fire that's already smoldering. All right? If you got a little flame going, you go in there and you pour gas on that flame. All right. I keep using Mark Jackson as an example because Mark is brand new in the business. You know, through Crystal and Juliana and Carrie's organization, and I'm just like, man, these are the people that you want in your organization. These are the people, and what Mark is doing, you guys, he's leading. Okay, he's doing exactly what it takes to lead. And all I'm doing is just adding my 2 cents. I'm not going over there trying to take over his organization at all. This guy knows exactly what to do, and I am the color commentator, like on his Zooms. I was on his Zoom last night. I didn't do anything except at the end of the Zoom, a 2-minute close. That was it. And so you go where the action is. And so I will gravitate towards Mark and his organization if they want me. And listen, guys, I don't reach down into my organization at all. Like, if all my personally sponsored associates, I reach out to those guys and going, hey, here's all the tools you need. But on level 2, 3, 4, those aren't my people. I have no business reaching out to those guys. Yeah, they're still in my organization, but their sponsor is the person who should be reaching out to those people. And if I reach down 2 or 3 levels and just introduce myself and go blah 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 blah, they're going to look at me and go, who the heck is this guy? Why is this guy reaching out to me? I'm like, well, you're part of my organization. Well, I don't even know who you are. So be really careful about that, you guys. Let the people in your organization lead their own teams. Be really, really careful about that, because you don't want to step on people's toes or anything. The only way that I reach out is if those people reach out to me, right? And or if somebody says, hey, Steve, whatever, people ask me. I just don't purposely seek out people in the organization. I wait for their sponsor to recognize them and then make the introduction. So I'm not managing anybody in my organization, especially the people that I have not brought into the organization. Guys, if I had a chance to do it all over again, and people ask me this question all the time, what would you do different? And the answer is, I would spend time with the right people. I spent way too much time trying to drag people across the finish line of success. And it just took up so much of my time. I've wasted thousands, probably tens of thousands of dollars flying to places, airlines, hotels, food, cabs, rental cars, and nothing came of it. Nothing came of it. And so I would do things a little bit different, and I do now. I do things differently now, and that means I go and I give people my time who deserve my time. And you give people time who deserve your time. The people who are uncoachable, they don't show up on the Zooms, they don't show up on these calls, they don't listen to the replays, they're not plugged in, they ask the same questions that were just answered on the training Zoom that we did 2 nights ago. It's like, help yourself. Just get out of your own way, dude, and help yourself. I got other fish to fry here, man. And so spend time with the people who deserve your time. Let people prove that they deserve your time, and never, ever stop recruiting.